this horrific hurricane called Beryl, and we will keep you informed as we go along. We go back to how to cope in crises, and we spoke about planning for the future. We also told you that you should stay informed with a reliable source. You don't want to be jumping all over the place, and then you tell God, say, oh, it's 3 o'clock, and they say, no, but I just hear something else, and them say 12 o'clock. So a reliable source, and stick with that source. The next thing we want to tell you is that you need to maintain a routine. What do they say about that?
Yeah, maintaining a routine is important. During a crisis, daily life can feel chaotic. Establishing a routine can provide a sense of normalcy and control. Even simple tasks like making your bed, eating regular meals, and going for a walk can anchor your day and reduce stress.
Yeah.
And I think one of the things that you want to have in a crisis is, and where the routine is important, is that you want to give yourself enough mental bandwidth to respond to the crisis. So if you have the routine, there's less for you to think about. So you don't have to, you know exactly what you're going to do. Mm-hmm. The crisis is here. You can respond accordingly.
Yep. The other one that's important, and we had a little chat about it earlier also, is to stay connected, especially with the elderly. You really need to know what's going on with them all the time. So you don't want, all right, I'm here now, and then 7 o'clock tonight you call and say, you did all right? No. Mm-hmm. Probably need every half an hour, every hour, if we can still make connections, because you don't know what might happen. So if we can still make connections, tune in, you're good. Did you take the medication? You know where it is. Everything all right? You really and truly need to stay connected with family. And as I said it, and I said it before, and the Prime Minister also said it, that, and neighbors too. I mean, if you know next door there's an elderly person by themselves, and, you know, nothing wrong with trying to keep in touch with
But staying
everybody.
connected is good for the other person, but it's also good for you as an individual, because being alone, especially in a crisis, or being isolated, it can increase your feelings of fear and anxiety. So maintaining that connection can reduce that type of feeling.
And the other thing about feeling isolated, you know, folks, again, coming back to what might happen, I remember when there was this huge thing in New York with the towers coming down, and I was trying to get my daughter, but because everyone was trying to get New York, I just couldn't get through. So you might not, you know, be able to hear from your family abroad because things might not be working and everyone calling at the same time. Mm-hmm. So it is important that we really and truly try our very best in whatever way you can to stay connected. Next one.
Focus on what you can control. And this is, it's easier said than done.
Yep.
But the truth is, it's actually what you need to do.
Yep.
The things that you can fix, the things that you can manage, the things that you can control, focus on those things. Everything else that is out of your hands, don't sweat it. Don't stress over it. Not that you don't think about it, but do not take yourself to that point. Crisis comes with a lot of uncertainty, and it's easy to feel powerless. Focus on the aspects that you can control, such as following your health guidelines, supporting others, maintaining your personal health and well-being, and taking action in these areas can boost your confidence as well as your sense of resilience.
Yeah, and I think it links to the next one when it says practice self-care. And as I said, Garth just said it. So you can't control how much rain will come. You can't control how the breeze is going to stay. So ensure that you are in a safe spot, and hopefully you can stay safe. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing you can do about what's going on outside.
Right.
So just relax. And it says here, practice self-care. Look after yourself. You know, and God said it also. It's easier said than done. And some of us hear the breeze, and I suspect we're going to have some thunderstorms, and with that lightning going come and stuff like that. So you might get a little jumpy, you might get a little nervous, and there's nothing wrong with that, but you can't control that. So, you know, find a nice little book, find something that makes you happy. Hopefully you're at home with friends, play some games while you're locked in, and do not go out until you get the word that it is safe to do so.
Yeah.
Don't just say, oh, it's done? No. When you know it is safe, because you remember in the eye, we spoke about it this morning, everything stops.
Right.
And you might think, oh, all right.
Well,
we're good, you know. No. Ensure you listen, and when they say it's gone, it's past, and you're not going to have this heavy rain anymore, the wind will die down, then. Because everywhere closed, by the way, today. So it's not like you can say, it's not like you can say, you know, so me just go to the supermarket, no. Protect yourself. That's right. And that's how you practice self-care.
Interesting thing with this Beryl, though, is that the eye may not make landfall. So it will just be constant rain, breeze until it goes away.
Next one.
Seek professional help if needed. This is super important. There's no shame in asking for help. If you feel overwhelmed, anxious, or depressed, reach out to a mental health professional. Therapy or counseling can provide valuable support and coping strategies during difficult times. And that is huge. We have this thing here where we don't want to talk about how we feel and what it's making us do or making us feel like doing. And sometimes it's bigger than you. Sometimes what you really need is someone, a professional, who can put things into context and can provide guidance.
Yep.
Get the help if you need it.
And that also links to the final one that we're going to tell you about. And it says, be patient with yourself. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, you get nervous and you say, how my feel? No. It's how you feel. Just deal with it. Just deal with it. Be patient with yourself. Just relax. And it says here, it's okay not to be okay. So if you feel like you want to cry because you're nervous, cry. I don't know. And we move on after that. There's nothing. If you're feeling, no, that's not where I want. Everyone responds to crises differently, and it's important to be patient and compassionate with yourself. So if your neighbor having fun over there and enjoying themselves and you don't feel like that, there's nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe they've been through things and them know how to deal with it. Maybe this is your first rodeo and you're not too certain how to handle it. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. And if at the end of the day we're all right and you're talking to your friend and say, boy, I cried the whole day because I was scared, I was nervous, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Just ensure that you're in a safe place. And if you're in a safe place, we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. I mean, it's going to be heavy. We've gone through this a number of times. We had Ivan, we had Gilbert,
Dennis, Emily,
Sandy did come, you know, so we've been through it. It's not something that you want to go through, don't get me wrong. And it's not something that's easy to go through, because some of us, we do get a little jumpy and a little nervous, especially if you're alone. Especially if you're alone, maybe with young kids and, you know. So you get a little nervous, you don't know what's happening outside and stuff. But do your best to be with people who you know can look after you, can help you. Try your very best to be in a safe spot, and we will all get through this. Trust me, we will.
And if you can help others without endangering yourself,
please. As I said, check on your neighbors. Yeah. All right, that's it for Manversations.
Hi, Tammy. Hope you dry.
Yep.